people have never went, you might think that the college is up the street from each other. No, you can walk across the street from Clark to Spelman and walk across the street from Spelman to Morehouse. And the only one that's up the street is Morris Brown, but you can walk across the street from Clark to ITC, which is the seminary, the black, and then from ITC you can walk to Morris Brown. And right there as one, if it was in a white school, it would be one campus. Up on some of them things, they got a damn cloning center up in there, and that's where they duplicate the motherfuckers from. They're doing it in the churches. In Atlanta, they just came in and cleaned out a whole city through one hospital called Grady Hospital, Grady Memorial. Now up here, it will be some other place. Where all the niggas go. No, if you get, no, I ain't talking about where you selectively go. If your ass get on the damn car wreck on Saturday night, where your ass gonna end up? Temple. That's the main cloning center. And what I'm saying is this. First of all, to invent technology and don't tell you that they have it, which means that they got you already. You still thinking that this is fucking now 1950 some shit, you know? You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying, man, that we're in the last stage, and this was a horror because it was presented to me and I saw the shit. And it makes sense now. Because black people can't be this stupid. They can't be this stupid. And this is what really made me think, no, that our people was insane. Because all we say about the religion shit and all of the stuff about Jesus Christ and all the stuff about certain America and the government and all this shit, if you never had no knowledge. But we know from the late 80s to now, we have been bombarded with some of the greatest knowledge that ever hit the planet. And yet, some of the black people that's experienced that shit is back in the church, some of them vote. That's right. That's right. And then I said, wait a minute. First of all, they tell you that the only thing on this planet that can free you is knowledge, gnosis, the divine knowing. Now, we have been given the knowledge now, and yet, it's still like we in the 1950s. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Worse, because you gave it to the niggas in the 1950s, they would have been with us. I said he was close, but then the ultimate thing came. That's right. All you got to do is go back and go into your memory bank. So, I was born in 1961. Same year as the so-called Princess Diana. That bitch, I was born the same year, 1961, 1997. I was born in 61. But I went back to the 1930s, I went back to the 20s, and I started time traveling, plus I started doing some case studies. Now I want to show you something. Let's just understand basic evolutionary process based on cultural perspective or social perspective. In a culture, I don't give a damn what culture it is. And because we live with white people, therefore we benefit with white people. So therefore, if they copy some of the best stuff of our culture, we should be able to get the backwash of that shit. I want to ask you this question. If your parents and your grandparents was a certain mentality and at a certain level, 3 generations down the goddamn line, that person, 3 generations down the line, is supposed to be more advanced than the grandparents. Right? Okay. Now let's go back to the case study. Black people, we're going to take an error. Black people from the 1930s, 1940s, and the 1920s. 1920s, 1930s, and 1940s. Now, these people were the grandsons and the great-grandsons of slaves that was mutilated in slavery, or the greatest Holocaust ever to hit the damn planet. Right? Yet, they produced the culture that wore the suits and the shit better than the white man, the jazz, and an upward mobility, a northern migration. They produced the culture. Now, wait, I want you to hear this. How can a motherfucker produce a culture out of slavery? You just been mutilated months before. You come out of slavery and you produce a goddamn culture. That's vast and grand. Black baseball, black doctor, black lawyer, black this, black that. In 1950, you was a powerhouse. You need to break that shit up. Black segregated schools that were producing geniuses with less material than the white man. And you produce a powerhouse out of slavery. But yet, these are the grandparents we're supposed to evolve beyond this. Yet, we bought in. Swallow now. Something had to happen. I don't give a fuck. Plus, they had less to go on with us. They didn't have TV. They didn't have access to the education. We sitting right beside the white man. They didn't have access to the books. They didn't have access to the dog. We can listen to a cassette. We got more literacy than them, although more of them graduated high school, you can read. We got more literacy than them, just on a per capita basis. We fucked up. But my point is, we even got TV where we can learn shit better than the motherfuckers from the 30s. Something had to happen when all countries are supposed to go more advanced than the person than your grandmama right now. How can you have nothing in slavery and create a culture that America copies and create the only American classes that they got? You see, that's right. Jazz, funk, rock and roll, blues, gospel, and all that shit. And now, here you are, 20 years or 30 years in advanced culture. And yet, we a motherfucking bunch of damn savages. It can't happen to a culture like black people. It had to have been cloning